Hello, my art-loving friends! Today is the day I have been waiting for so long, and I know some of you have been waiting for it as well. Today is the day I finally release my adorable kitty coloring book. I am so excited about this. It is about time. I have two great options for this book, whether you are a watercolorist or any other kind of artist. I think I have something that you will like. Let's dive in and take a look at it. The first version here is spiral bound along the side. It's nice and thick. It has 25 single-sided pages because this is heavy-duty cardstock. Very smooth, very thick. It's 100 pound, 270 GSM. And I'm not going to show you every page, but there are some really cute pages in here. This is one of my absolute most favorite pages. So this paper takes marker really well. Here is a page I colored with the Ohuhu Pupae markers or Pupae markers. They are the water-soluble markers. And while I would say these are not quite as fun as alcohol markers, they still worked really well on this cardstock paper, and I had a fun time doing it. I could use a few more pastel colors, but this was a good time. And here is a page I colored with the Ohuhu alcohol markers. Oh my goodness, I do have to say the alcohol markers on this paper were my absolute favorite, although I do still have yet to test colored pencil. We can do that together on my channel later, but these Ohuhu alcohol markers are always a pleasure to use, and this paper felt absolutely perfect for this medium. That worked really well. On the back side of the alcohol marker page, you can see that it came through just a little bit, not too bad. I'm covering this because I actually tried watercolor on the back of this. Did not work at all, so the cardstock one is not for watercolor, but it works great for the alcohol markers. Let me show you the back side of the water-based marker page. Here is the back side of that, and the only thing that even tried to come through were these 4 dots there, where I had, what are those 4 dots? I think I had played with the blush marks on her ears and cheeks. Well, cheeks for the blush, ears for the color. That's the only thing that even tried to come through on the water-based markers. This feels nice and hefty. The binding is very sturdy, and there are lots of pages to have fun on here. And I guess if you're brave, if you don't use alcohol markers, or even if you do, you could probably use the backside for anything else you want to. So it's kind of like a coloring book and sketchbook all in one. And the watercolor version is so cute. In order to give you guys 100% cotton watercolor paper that you can paint on both sides equally as nicely, I had to make it this size. Otherwise, it just would not have been affordable. So we have a nice spiral binding across the top, which means it flips up this way, which is kind of neat because as you open the pages, they all face the same direction. You see that? It's kind of nice. So when you're looking at it later, your pages are all facing the same direction. So they're all printed on this beautiful paper, which is so thick, so nice. The paper is the Paul Rubens 100% cotton, 140 pound, 300 GSM cotton watercolor paper. And it's completely out of stock everywhere. You cannot find this anymore, probably because I bought it all. So ignore the side binding on this one. The binding shop did mine incorrectly. Luckily we caught it in time. But here is the page right here, done with the Ohuhu Pupae markers, the water-based markers, and that was really enjoyable. I'm hoping you can see here how easily these markers went onto this paper. It just was smooth and easy and nice. Didn't feel like the paper was soaking in too much of the ink, which is a good feeling because they're expensive sometimes. So you can just keep coloring and not worry too much about it. It's great. Those markers worked beautifully on this paper. I wouldn't necessarily recommend alcohol markers on this paper. I think it would just kind of soak up the alcohol and use a lot of your ink, but it worked great for these water-based markers. And this page here I painted with the Magello Mission Gold watercolors, and it was delightful. I tried really hard to find a watercolor paper you guys would be so happy with, that I would be so happy with, that I love to paint on, that takes watercolor exactly like I want and expect it to, and I hope I have delivered that to you. This paper will warp as you're painting on it, but you can see this has been shut in this sketchbook for a day or two at the most, and it's already flattened out. So if you want to, because of the binding at the top, what you can do is open it up, tape it down, top and bottom. I wouldn't tape the sides because the pictures are meant to go to the sides, but I taped the top and bottom of mine. You can see that line here and here. That way it's taped down while you're painting it. Will warp the least amount, it still warps. And then once you shut it for a day or two, it flattens back out. Make sure when you shut it, it is dry. But look, that paint looks so beautiful on this paper. This paint is just brilliant and beautiful. I probably will use it more. So great for markers, great for watercolors. The idea is to use your watercolors on it, but if you have the water-based markers, it's a great option as well. And again, your binding will be at the top. Your pages flip open like this, and there are just so many fun pages in here to color. So this one also has 25 pictures for you to color. It is so much fun. I'm so excited about this, and I hope you guys absolutely love it. I have an extra bonus today for you if you're watching. While quantities last, I have a limited amount of these watercolor palettes that I released in my advent calendar last year. I still have a few left. So if you want to add them onto your order, they are only $32 as an add-on. I'm charging $38 if you buy them separately because of shipping. But $32 for 13 colors. Da Vinci currently charges $49 for a 12 half pan palette. So getting 13 colors for $32 is a steal. And they are perfect colors in my opinion. I curated this palette myself for the advent calendar last year, and I just love the colors that are included in it. I have a limited quantity of these in stock. You can back order them. I just can't guarantee back ordered ones in time for Christmas. So if you're interested, probably should get on there right away because I don't have very many of them. I am creating these, printing them, binding them all myself. So it takes a little bit of time, but I'm very proud of them and I hope you love them. I hope sincerely that you love them, and remember to look for that palette add-on if you need some watercolors or just want a good deal on a watercolor palette. No matter which coloring book you choose, whether it's the one for the markers or the one for the watercolors, they are both $26. And there is a digital download version for those of you that are international, because I could not find international shipping on these for less than $20, even for this one. Can you believe it? Why would it cost $20 to ship this internationally? So if you want to order a physical copy of the book, it is an extra $15 in shipping. There's an option when you go to checkout. It adds quite a lot to the cost of the coloring book. I understand that, and only because of that, I made a digital download version of this coloring book for you international customers if you did not want to pay the shipping charge associated with them, in which case you could print it yourself on whatever paper you desire. So that will also be linked in the description box below. Everything is on my website, and let me know if you have any questions about anything at all. I will be glad to answer. I will be keeping a close eye on the comments today. All right, I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm so excited. I'm so grateful. This is just in time for my birthday and Christmas, because my birthday's on Christmas. It's like the perfect Christmas birthday gift to myself that I finished this project. I'm so excited and I love it, and I can't wait to color with you guys. All right, I will see you in the next video. Bye for now. I have two great options for this coloring book, whether you're a watercolorist or any other. The first version here is spiral. On the back side of the alcohol. Otherwise, it just would not have been affordable. So we have a nice spiral bind. So we have a nice spiral bounding across the top. There are things. I have a limited quantity of, oops, I dropped it. No matter which coloring you put.